A violent Typhoon Usagi out here just towards the east of the Philippines, continuing to barrel down on the Batanes Islands in southern Taiwan. This is actually the morphed microwave imagery of the storm system. You can see that very defined eye wall, that blade-like structure setting up around this storm system. It is just one violent storm. And I say that with all seriousness. Actually, at this time, the Japan Meteorological Agency has listed this storm with intensity violent, the highest they go on their scale. Winds right now sustained at 110 knots. That's 203 kilometers per hour. If any Americans are watching, you don't really quite get that. 126 mile per hour winds. That is by the JMA, the official agency out here. I know a lot of people are also tracking this with the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. They have winds sustained around 260 kilometers per hour, gusting over 300 kilometers per hour. So very intense storm system out here. I'll just pull up the JTWC track really quick, showing it tracking off here towards the west, just towards the south of Taiwan. It does look like the southern tip of Taiwan is going to be seeing the right front quadrant of the storm system. And the key thing, we mentioned it in yesterday's video update, is the center of circulation is going to be remaining offshore. Because that very defined and impressive eye setting up here on satellite imagery today, that is the key source of this storm's just energy. That is where all this moisture is being pumped out, right around that eye wall. And once that moves over land, or if it slams into the mountains of Taiwan here, we're going to see a dramatic weakening. And right now it does look like that is not going to happen, but we are still going to be seeing some fairly heavy rain showers out here across much of the eastern seaboard of Taiwan going through Friday evening into Saturday. I think that's going to be the main risk with this storm system, and also the northern Philippines already on radar coming out of the Philippines. Now this is from the Apari site there on the northeastern portions of Luzon, just south of the Batanes Islands. These are the rain bands coming on shore, and already across much of the northern half of Luzon, you've been seeing these heavy rain showers today, and definitely tropical storm strength winds near the coastlines have been seen and have been reported out here, and already some signal force warnings have been put out for the Batanes group of islands, expecting winds up to 185 kilometers per hour. I do think it could actually get even stronger than that. So definitely very serious situation there, but even extending farther down there towards the south, all the way down towards Isabela, you're actually going to be under some signal force warnings. Now in Metro Manila, I don't expect you to be put on any warnings, but do expect some rain showers out of this, just due to that enhanced monsoonal coming in along the western periphery of this storm system. This is just looking at the GFS model outlook, and you can see it right here. Our storm out here towards the north, very deep, very impressive, but there is this feeder band, that moisture streaming in off the South China Sea, and that's going to be bringing some rain showers out here. But like I said, the worst of the flooding truly and will be across the east coast of Taiwan. Now Taipei, you're still going to be seeing some showers there, but I think a little bit farther there towards the south, that is where we're going to be seeing that threat of the worst of this flooding. And really, one quick thing I want to note here, if you're not familiar with the geography of Taiwan, if you're in Taiwan, you're definitely familiar with it, is that these mountains here that run across the center of the island, these are some of the tallest mountains in all of Eastern Asia, and they really just stick right out here. So when you get that moisture coming on shore, it's going to slam these mountains. Orographic lifting is going to be taking place. It's going to squeeze all of that moisture out. A meter of rainfall, I think, could easily happen with this storm, and this is just looking at the radar imagery. Not many showers here now, but 24 hours from now, this is going to be a very, very different picture. And the ECMWF really does truly pick up on this, with that eye just remaining offshore here along the southern coast. Yeah, you're going to be seeing the showers really heavy down here, but that moisture hitting the mountains and all along the eastern seaboard here by Saturday around noontime. That's where this is showing that heavy rainfall is going to be in place. And I really do think it's going to start here by Friday night and then extend out even into Sunday and maybe out towards Monday. As the storm is farther off there towards the east and it starts to approach Hong Kong, you're still going to be seeing that moisture continuing to stream on shore. But with that note, what about this approaching Hong Kong? And I know that's what a lot of people are worried about. Well, right now, a lot of the models are picking up on a pretty grim situation. Let's take a look at the winds here from the ECMWF model. It's actually overlaid on the Weather Underground Wonder Map tool, really good tool to use. And let's go ahead and just show you what it's going to look like here by Sunday evening. A very violent typhoon just towards the east of Hong Kong. Right now, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center and the Japan Meteorological Agency both expect this storm to be approaching Hong Kong with winds over 100 knots. But the key thing is that the Hong Kong Observatory, for those in Hong Kong, they do expect it to run right over the city there, affecting Guangzhou, Macau, all these metropolitan areas with these very destructive winds, very well possible. As long as the storm remains offshore going through the Luzon Strait, I think that is very possible. Storm surge is also going to be a high risk, especially when these systems come in from the east. They get pushed right up the harbor there. But not just that, we're going to be seeing these very destructive winds and also the heavy rainfall. Waves over 10 meters high, very well possible. I know Victoria Harbor is a very notorious for not being a good place for ships to be. I mean, just last month with Utur, and that made landfall farther towards the west. We actually had a ship sink off of Hong Kong. I know that wasn't in the harbor, but this area is just very well known for being very bad for ships, and it's one of the busiest ports in the world. So, yeah, we want to continue to watch this. This is just the GFS showing it come overhead here about the same time, really in line, a little bit farther there towards the north and towards the east, and actually it slightly weakens out. And if it does make landfall farther towards the east of Hong Kong here, we're going to see those winds dramatically weaken out, but it's still going to be a pretty intense storm system going through Sunday night. So, yeah, we're going to continue to watch this very, very closely here through the coming days. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please put them down into the comment box below. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please do go to the website. We have a lot of information, a lot of features, our daily satellite analysis here, also different types of weather maps, streamline analysis, satellite imagery, the various tracks on this storm, and also our tropical depression, unnamed but expected to become our next tropical storm out here near Guam. Good news, this one isn't going to be impacting any land areas likely. And don't forget to stop by our Facebook page, because that's where we really stream a lot of information out throughout the day, or also follow us on Twitter at Westpac Weather, or you can follow me at Robert Speta. Stay safe out there, everybody, and thanks for watching. Bye.